What's up, everybody? Joe White here. Tonight we are at the Petro 44 in Joplin, Missouri. As you can see, they have their own brand of truck wash here. It's the, let's see if I can, the Truck-O-Mat. You can go get your truck washed, you can go get your trailer washed out, and as you can see, there are trucks lined up for it. Got the fuel island right there, and over there behind me is the main building. Got all kinds of stuff in there. It's kind of the little cousin to the Iowa 80. It is owned by the same people as the Iowa 80 truck stop, which you have seen in pictures on my and videos probably on my channel before. I want to talk to you today about the supply chain issue. You keep hearing about the supply chain, and I'm going to break down what the supply chain is. Pretty much, if you've bought it in a store, chances are everything you have in your home, from the walls that the home is built out of, to the pots and pans you have in your kitchen, if you bought those, chances are anything that you have in your home right now has seen or touched one of these big rigs in its lifespan. The old saying goes, if you bought it, a truck brought it. Sorry about the windshield, folks. For some reason, that area won't come clean. I need to go over there to the fuel island in the morning and scrub it. So, right now, in the ports of New York, Los Angeles, Florida, Texas even, there are container ships that have on containers, which don't look very much different than the trailer you're seeing in front of you, that truck right there. Some of them are refrigerated. They contain thousands upon thousands of those containers full of things from queen-size mattresses to fruit and vegetables that are going bad, by the way, to flat-screen TVs, anything, shoes, anything you could possibly want. Oh, on the way from overseas. They're sitting in the ports right now waiting to be unloaded. There's a massive demand for it. CBS Sunday Morning did a video article about this, video essay, if you will, about this. And their little experts that they talked to said, well, people stopped buying stuff during COVID. Factories overseas shut down during COVID. And now that everything is starting to start back up again, there's a huge supply. Along with that supply right now, there's a huge demand. You got the holidays coming up. People are still panic buying stuff. Stop panic buying, first of all. So there's a huge demand for products. And what CBS Sunday Morning boiled it down to was trucks. It's always the truckers' fault. Let me enlighten you, CBS Sunday Morning. It's not the truckers. We have freight. I mean, there is freight right now. I drive for Creek Carrier Corp. They talked to the president of Schneider National, of all companies. Right now, from the way it was explained to me, and I won't say who in the company told me this, in every major city right now, there are orders upon orders of, for product. There's orders upon orders for us. But we don't have the empty trailers to compensate for those orders. Let me give you a prime example of this. Yes, there's a demand, and yes, we need trucks. There's been a driver shortage, this big driver shortage. Guys, there's been a driver shortage in this business for the last 15 years. Okay? You could always use more trucks and more drivers out there. Just like McDonald's could always use 4 or 5 more people behind the counter to help things move faster and more smoothly. Let me tell you how my week has been. I will take an empty trailer to, let's say, the Hershey Company up in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I will drop my empty trailer, pick up a load of chocolate bars, and take them to the another Hershey distribution center in, let's say, Edwardsville, Illinois. Okay? When I get to Edwardsville, Illinois, I will drop that load of chocolate bars in their yard, which has to be unloaded. In turn, I should get an empty trailer from them. However, because these warehouses and distribution centers and factories cannot get enough workers in their factories and in their distribution centers to unload their product or load their product, these trailers are sitting in their yards with product on them. So the same thing that you see right now on the news, showing those big ships in New York's harbors and LA's harbors and Florida's harbors with containers upon containers upon containers of stuff, the same thing is happening on land as well. Every single place I've gone to in the last 2 weeks, if I'm not picking up at the same place that I'm dropping the load at, or if I'm not live unloading, which means I bump the dock and wait for them to load me, which can take anywhere from 2 to 12 to, in some cases, 24 hours. So unless I'm picking up a load directly from that place, or they're live unloading me, there have been no empty trailers, and we can't keep up with that. And people say, well, Joe, why doesn't the company buy more trailers? What the hell for? So they could sit there and sit on a yard at a distribution center full of product? The bottom line is, and CBS Sunday Morning, you produce some good stuff sometimes, but this is wrong. You are dead wrong here. The problem with this nation and with the supply chain is the distribution centers and the fact that people don't want to go back to work. Well, Joe, I can't find a job. Bullshit. Everywhere is hiring. This truck stop that I'm at has at least 3 or 4 now hiring signs in every aspect of the building. That fuel island, which is separate from the main building, has now hiring signs. That Truckomat, now hiring. The shop that's behind it, now hiring. The McDonald's across the street, now hiring. Everywhere is hiring. It's just a matter of us getting up off of you people getting up off your asses and going back to work. So we don't have enough workers that are willing to go back to work. And what incentive do you have not to go back to work? The virus? Well, okay, half of you that ain't going back to work are probably vaccinated. The virus is no excuse. Bottom line is, we're all going to get it sooner or later, just like the flu. You're going to get it sometime in your life. Yes, I know it kills people. Well, guess what? Every virus on Earth can kill people. I'm not saying you should take it lightly. I'm not saying you should not wear a mask while you're working. In fact, every distribution center I go to, I'm required to wear a mask inside of there. And all the workers who are loading and unloading trucks are wearing masks. So what's your excuse, America? What is your excuse for not wanting to get up off your asses and go back to work? Just like in that CBS Sunday Morning piece, truckers don't have a work from home option. This is our home. That box right there, that truck is that trucker's home for as long as he's out here. And people go, well, he can go home every day. No, he can't. I've been out on the road for a month now. October the 14th, which today's the 13th, tomorrow makes exactly 1 month that I've been out on the road. 30 days. And guess what? I'm not coming back in for another 7 days. So, and most companies require their drivers to be out for at least 21 days at a time before they get 3 days off. This business is not easy. It's a nerve-wracking business. It'll give you mental health issues. I'm not going to lie. It'll make you flip your fucking basket. There have been many a times in the last damn 3 weeks that I'm getting sick and tired of chasing empty trailers because you people don't want to come back to work and help unload them. And distribution centers pay good money. The Dollar General distribution center that is about 30 minutes away from my house is starting people off at $20 an hour to operate a fucking forklift. That's what loading and unloading trucks, it's not that hard. You really don't have to, maybe you got to break down a pallet or two. But once it's on a pallet, you pull the stuff off of there, put it on a pallet, shrink wrap it, and put it on a truck. Yes, it's hard work, but $20 a fucking hour? Good Lord, I wish I was making that much. You know how much I make, folks? 50 cents a mile. When I first started in the business 10 years ago, it was 26 cents a mile. We are some of the most low-paid people out here who don't get to go home and see our families every day. And we're sick and tired of chasing empty trailers and having to wait 6 to 10 hours to get unloaded at a distribution center because people don't want to go back to work. It's stupid. Remember, folks, if you see a truck driver on the road, give us lots of room. Don't tailgate us. Let us over if we need to get over. You see that signal right there? If it's blinking, pay attention. Remember, if you can't see our mirrors, we can't see you. And hopefully we'll see you down the road, because if this does not stop, if people don't go back to work to unload these trucks, guess what? We're going to run out of trailers, which means we can't bring in loads, which means we can't service customers, which means the country visually, shuts down, guys. If we can't move our trailers because they're all full of product, the country shuts down. Without freight to haul, because all the current freight is sitting on a dock somewhere, it comes to a freeze. It comes to an absolute standstill. So all this crap on the news about the supply chain and it being related to truck drivers is bull crap. Get your butts off the couch. Go to find a distribution center to work at or a store to work at. Go back to work. We'll see you down the road.